was telling us that before the game you said something to your buddy, wanted you to have a blackout moment, and you felt like you didn't see what's tonight. But how much did you feel a little bit more like yourself, and what got you going in that first quarter?
Yeah, honestly, like just this working. No. Yeah, I mean, I think you can see it, me smiling on the court, having fun. JJ told me, you got to have one that blackout moment you have. So I think I had one. But, it just felt like me a little bit, so I was happy.
How encouraging is it for you to find your game like this quickly, and then to see the team come along, have the defensive effort as well, and just have that all come together? What kind of confidence does it give you about your new team?
Great confidence, I remember when was the last time I won here. So, it's very tough to play here against that team. So, just to win like that, it's an amazing win for us, and gives me a lot of confidence moving forward.
Luka, JJ made it clear post-game that he wants the ball to go through you and you to run the offense, and then LeBron and Austin will get their shifts when they're staggering kind of the minutes. It felt like you had the ball more in your hands tonight with pick and rolls and mismatch hunting. I guess how comfortable are you feeling within the offense and just kind of getting a sense of your teammates and everything?
Yeah, like I said, every day is gonna get better. I'm getting to learn the plays. They're similar, but all they have different names. So, but I'm getting to learn that. But us three, I think depends on the day. Everybody has so much talent. So, I think today the way we shared the ball was amazing, and the ball movement was amazing.
JJ said pregame that in order for you guys to kind of get where you want to be, you guys talk about championship. Denver is one of the groups that you have to figure out a way to beat. How meaningful is it to get this win, knowing that they could be a team you'd see down the line?
Big time. Like I said, it's very hard to win here. And playing against these guys, I think our defensive effort was there from the beginning. We were the more physical team, and that's what we got to do every night.
Luka, I know, obviously, the trade was one of the things about it was obviously the shock of it leaving Dallas, but another thing was you left behind a really good team that had just gone to the finals. Seeing your new team play at a level like this tonight, how does that hit you about its potential, this group's potential moving forwards, even in the immediacy, not just big picture, like right now?
Yeah, I think our goal is, our goal is to win championship. That's our only goal. And I think we have the team for that. Obviously the chemistry with me and the guys, is going to take a little time still. But, like you saw today, I think it's getting better and better.
It seemed like you guys had a very specific game plan in terms of, or strategy rather, with how you guys defended Jokic. I think his second fewest points he's had in the season, a tie for his fewest field goal attempts. How encouraged were you not just by the effort, but the actual execution of that strategy, of that game plan, and how you guys sent the doubles on post ups?
Yeah, I think the game plan was amazing. Obviously we all know what kind of player Jokic is, so it's very tough to guard him. So the way we did today, I think was unbelievable. And we stick to the game plan for 48 minutes, which is amazing. And JJ said after the game, that's a big thing.
Luka, obviously you've been aware of LeBron and kind of what he does for a long time. I want to ask about Austin Reeves, though. Are there anything that surprised you or impressed you more from kind of playing with him and seeing the kind of player that he's grown into?
Well, it doesn't surprise me. I've been watching him a lot. When we played them, it was hard to guard him, and he's just a different guy. He's one of those guys that just makes a difference for him being just on the court. So I'm very excited to get some, playing time with him.
You found LeBron on a few outlet passes already in the short amount of time you played with one another. Is that unspoken? Is that just like you guys are just reading one another and already finding that chemistry?
Yeah, like I said, it's going to take some time, but you saw it. Even in the first game we had some of those, so I'm happy to get my first alley-oop with him.
A pretty comprehensive win, both sides of the ball, but I wondered what stood out the most to you about the way you guys played?
Our attention to detail, our game plan defensively. we were locked in for 48 minutes. We followed all the keys that our game plan had entail, and we executed that.
JJ told us a couple parts of that and some of the similarities from the game plan against the Knicks, but like with the whiting and kind of fronting Jokic and just everybody flying around, how were you guys able to execute that defensively?
By trusting. We had to trust each other, and then if things ever broke down, we had to cover for one another, and I thought we did that tonight.
Did that for Luka? Did that look more like Luka tonight? And again, as you said, it's going to keep taking some time. But were there things that stood out?
Yeah, this is I think it was 4th game back. But yeah, that's the Luka that we all accustomed have been watching over the last 7 years. Especially you get that left side of the floor step back going. Pretty damn dangerous, and big time game from tonight.
There's a lot to take out of the night, but to focus on the game plan element of it and your guys' execution of it, I guess what does that say about the growth in terms of trust in JJ and this group's ability to stay on something so detail-oriented against a team that puts a lot of stress on a game plan?
Well, we have to. In order for us to be successful, in order for us to win, ultimately, long term, we have to trust our game plan. We have to trust and be so dialed in on attention to detail. We have the personnel that we can really lock in on a game plan and really lock in and then be super strategic about how we want to execute offensively and defensively, and that was great to see tonight.
Luka found you streaking up the court in stride for an easy score in the first half, and it's not the first time this happened with the short amount of time you guys have been playing with one another. Is that instinctual? Are you guys giving each other a look? How do you explain that chemistry already?
I'm a natural born wide receiver, and he's a natural born quarterback, so it fits perfectly. I've been running the floor and running lanes pretty much my whole life, and he's been throwing great passes pretty much his whole life. So it's not hard to get a rhythm when it comes to that. It's just all about eye contact and him being the great quarterback like he is, and me being the recipient of it. So.
Kobe Yoban.
LeBron, JJ said that this morning he talked to Luka and he told him he wanted him to have a blackout episode.
Yeah.
Kind of just yell to himself and just sort of have that passion and that fire that he typically plays with. Felt like he picked up a tech right before halftime and felt like he played more like that. Did you see that out there tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. Super dialed in. He was very just locked in on what he wanted to do out here on the floor tonight. Once he, start hitting those step-back threes, he get the yelling and barking, either at the fans or at us or at himself, and he had every right to, I don't think he said too much to get the tee. They're kind of picking on us right now with the short leash on technicals, but he got hit in the head before the half, besides that, he was just dialed in on what he wanted to do and how he wanted to execute his game plan individually.
You guys had lost 8 straight here, and a lot of those games looked pretty similar where maybe you had 24 really good minutes. In the third quarter tonight, they came out, I think, and scored 7 or 8 straight to start the quarter and cut it to 1.
Yep.
How did you guys withstand that? What did you like best about that stretch?
We kept our composure, and then we hit some shots. I think Rui hit back-to-back threes. I think,
He hit one AR.
He hit one, AR hit one, and then Luka hit one to bump the lead back up. I believe to 11. They called a timeout. So, but more importantly, we got stops. When they made that run to cut it to 1, we scored. We got a stop. We scored again. We got a stop. So we was able to bump it back up. So, we've been in a lot of games this year when we've been able to hold our composure.